Do you want to switch seats?
President, thank you for your hard work.
I wonder why the person who created the documents doesn't know the answers.
President, thank you for your hard work.
I'm Keiichi Sato. I work for an event planning company. But to explain how we got here, we need to go back a few hours. Alright, final checks are done. Now I just need to get ready for the presentation.
Hey, you there.
What?
Hey, what's the deal with putting on makeup in the train?
What? This isn't makeup. It's a pouch for my charging cables.
Whoa, the person sitting next to me is getting hassled by some weirdo. Do you want to switch seats? Come on. It seems like this was just a misunderstanding. Let's leave it at that.
What? Don't do things that can be misinterpreted. Be more considerate of others. Seriously, putting on makeup on the train is the worst. You probably do it all the time.
Ugh, this guy stinks. What's that garlic smell? He talks about being considerate, but he doesn't practice what he preaches.
Oh God. Young guys these days have no manners.
Excuse me. This guy just started yelling at you out of nowhere, right?
Yes, he mistook my pouch for a makeup bag.
Well then, maybe you should reflect on your own behavior before yelling at others.
What?
Even if she was putting on makeup, it's rude to just start yelling instead of politely asking. And if it was a misunderstanding, you should apologize and let it go.
It's her fault for acting in a way that leads to misunderstandings. I was just trying to prevent trouble for others, unlike you young folks.
What? Age doesn't matter.
Exactly. And speaking of misunderstandings, you're the one being a nuisance right now.
Yeah, yelling out loud and eating such smelly food on the train?
What? It's just food. What's the big deal?
It is a big deal. I'm sitting behind you, and I can't stand it. Plus, you reclined your seat all the way back without saying a word. I'm in the front seat, and your feet keep hitting me, and they stink.
What stinks?
Seems like everyone feels the same way. Do you still have anything to say?
But
Shouting over a misunderstanding and acting however you want in a public place? You really think you can lecture others? Exactly. We've been putting up with your nonsense. Totally. I can't believe it.
Is there a problem here?
Oh, actually.
In that case, sir, please move to another seat.
Why me?
And now? Never thought I'd run into that guy again.
Well, what a coincidence. Keiichi.
No way. It's you. That time.
Oh, don't worry. This is a business setting, so I won't let personal matters interfere.
I can't believe that guy turned out to be President Tanaka.
I didn't expect her to be Noah Tanaka, but whatever. I have these documents with me. Even though things didn't go as planned, it's still fine. You're the one who's in for a tough time.
What?
You came all this way, but it's a wasted trip for you.
You seem awfully confident.
So, as I was saying...
Is he really presenting with those documents? But...
Right. Comprehensive?
His presentation doesn't match the quality of those documents, does it?
And with that, our proposal concludes. Ha! I nailed it, didn't I?
This is...
I have a question. On slide number 5, aren't these numbers incorrect?
What? Well...
These figures haven't been updated for months, right? There are other issues as well.
Oh, well, maybe I forgot to update them.
I see. Then on slide 15, what's the basis for these numbers?
Basis?
How could he create a slide and not answer such a simple question?
What's with all these nitpicky questions?
I think these are pretty standard questions.
Well, why don't you ask him then?
Sure. For these numbers, there are multiple model cases overseas. And recently, there have been similar large-scale domestic events, so the basis is solid.
That's what he said. I wonder why the person who created the documents doesn't know the answers.
Gah! What's with that attitude?
I'm just saying, you're the one being misunderstood here.
Ugh.
Well, let's move on to his presentation.
Yes. He's glaring at me.
Compared to this guy, she'll see how great I am. She'll definitely apologize later.
Based on the following points, if you choose our company, we propose this scheme. Not only can we approach existing customers, but we can also reach new markets, leading to further market expansion.
Why is he giving such a good presentation?
That concludes our proposal. If you have any questions...
Thank you for a great presentation. We have no questions, so we'll proceed with the evaluation.
Wait a minute. Why didn't you grill him with questions like you did to me?
Well, his supplementary materials were thorough, and he addressed all the key points we were concerned about.
This is unfair. You're biased. You're bringing in personal feelings. You ask me so many questions.
What? If I were biased, I wouldn't even be listening to the proposal of someone who behaves like that in public.
What?
We value our relationship with your company, so we're being fair. Besides... Noah, I have something to share. Oh, really? If that's the case. I see, thank you. Sorry, but let's take a short break. We need some time to evaluate.
This is sudden. Did something happen?
Fine, whatever. Phew, saved.
Once we finish the evaluation, our staff will call for you. So please wait in the other room.
They stopped so abruptly. I wonder what's going on.
Hey, over here.
Huh? Is she calling me? What's going on? Does this have to do with what your colleague whispered to you?
Well, actually, it's not about me. Someone else should be arriving soon.
If it's not about you, then who?
I'm sorry for calling you over. I have something to discuss with you.
You are...
We've been expecting you.
A few minutes later.
That took quite some time.
Yes, we had to carefully examine everything.
No problem at all. So, have you reached a conclusion?
Yes, but before that, I'd like to ask you something. This document is quite well made. It must have taken a considerable amount of time to prepare, right?
Well, yes, it took some time.
I see. Was there any reason why the data was outdated?
What's with all these questions?
Oh, nothing. I just thought someone who could create such an impressive document must have had a reason. For example, maybe it wasn't your fault, but someone else's mistake.
That's right. Actually, it's my subordinate's fault.
As I suspected, the presentation didn't match the quality of the materials.
What?
You say that, but what's the truth, Mr. Iguchi?
Oh, he's got some nerve. He stole my documents from the internal competition.
You... Iguchi?
Mr. Iguchi, can you tell us the truth?
He's my supervisor, but I was supposed to participate in the internal competition. Yet, for some reason, he took my place and used my documents. That's outrageous.
Iguchi, calm down. You're bothering our clients. Sorry about this.
No, we're interested in what he has to say, so please continue.
Well, but...
Or is there something inconvenient for you?
I have to say, the idea that someone else made the documents does make a lot of sense.
Iguchi, you meddling fool. Even if Iguchi made the documents, does it make any difference to your company?
What?
Isn't the content the same no matter who presents it? Your company doesn't lose anything.
You?
That's something I can't ignore.
Who do you think you are?
Documents are made with the intent of conveying specific messages. I didn't feel any passion in your presentation. You just read the documents without any real investigation, which is why it was so poor.
Who do you think you are? You don't know anything, you upstart. I have more experience than you, and I've been doing this for years. That's why you're still a regular employee, right? Who are you? Oh, you're Yamamoto. Yamamoto? No, President Yamamoto. I've heard plenty about you and how you treat your subordinates. It's different. I've been harassed by her.
What are you talking about? That's not...
It's okay. It's strange because it seemed to me that it was Saito who was causing trouble. Ever since the train, up to now. How do you know that? Because... It's shameful that I have to say this to a peer, but... When you make a mistake, you apologize. That's something you learn in training, or even as a student. No, it's not like that. You've always been like this, making excuses and never owning up to your mistakes. You claim to have been doing things your way, but it's only because others have been helping you. How can you not see that this is why you're in your current situation? But it's the company's fault for not giving me a fair chance. I'm trying to achieve results here. Why don't you try earning your chances instead of taking them from others? You can't seize opportunities without effort. In fact, out of camaraderie, I sent you here hoping you'd change. But then I heard from Iguchi about what happened. Do you know how I felt? Guys, what did you think of his presentation? Did you see any effort?
It was quite poor.
Even a student could have done better.
What? That's because the documents were bad. Still making excuses? Iguchi's documents were excellent. In fact, the only reason the presentation had any structure was because of the quality of the documents.
That's true. We consider the content alone. It was on par with Kichi.
No, I mean, as I said, the only reason you were even in the running is because of the support from others. But you've squandered all that support and don't even realize it. Yamamoto, please forgive me. Saito, there's something more I need to tell you. What? Are you going to forgive me? During your trip, how did you buy the snacks, meals, and drinks? Well, how did you buy them? I used a credit card. Whose name was on the card? It was your own, right? No, it was the company's card. Saito, do you understand what that means? But it was just for food. I'll pay it back, so please. Even if it's just for food, it's still company money. The amount doesn't matter. No way. Not only did you cause trouble for another company, but given everything you've done, you'll have to take full responsibility. This time, you won't be able to blame someone else or run away. But I'm a senior.
After some time, Saito was dismissed. Given his age, finding another job was difficult, and he's now scraping by with day labor jobs. But his personality makes it hard for him to succeed even there. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you don't have the right experience, it's meaningless.
That's right. Mr. Yamamoto is the same age as him, but is a respectable person. Let's make sure we gain valuable experience. Let's turn this project into a good experience right away.
Thank you for watching till the end.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.